And according to Islam, Allah says that Allah created different tribes and nations and different cultures just to know each other, not to clash. There is no reason to clash. And in fact, in the Judeo-Christian faith, there is which is the basis of Western culture, is not in clash with Islam, for example. On the contrary, it is complete compliance with Islam. So a person that truly understands Quran, Gospel, and the Torah can easily see this. There is no reason for any clash or conflict. And Dr. Uthup, do you also believe that when one acts according to the morality of these divine religions, there will be no enmity between Islamic and Western civilizations?
Yes, I mean, if you, as you said, sir, if you look really at these religions, there's no God ever asks you to kill people in his or her name.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think if you look at why people fight, you will see that they fight, as Mr. Davis mentioned, partly due to education, lack of education, but also due to miseducation. There are many smart people who often try to stoke conflict between different cultures, and they are able to do this because very often people are uneducated or people are apathetic towards the idea of even learning about other cultures. When I was at the Alliance of Civilizations, one of the areas that we emphasized was not only to just take information from the media, but also to critically analyze it. So there was a media literacy program that tried to teach young children how to analyze the images that they saw on the media. And it was also very important for the media to provide voices that were not trying to stoke conflict, but really trying to analyze the reasons for the conflict in a nuanced way. And that's why the media program of the Alliance has a program called Global Experts. Through programs like the Youth Solidarity Fund and the Intercultural Innovation Fund, what the Alliance was trying to do was to promote those projects and those people who were trying to bring together people across cultures instead of dividing them. There is a tendency to focus on the negative. When I talked about the Alliance, I always used to say two things. One, my favorite quotation was that from a South African former guerrilla leader who later, after apartheid fell, became the Major General in charge of the South African Defense Forces. And he said, understand the differences, act on the commonalities. So you have to understand the differences between different cultures, but essentially what we are doing is to act on the commonalities that people have as human beings across different cultures. Yeah. So it's really important that things like travel, things like tourism, things like study abroad are promoted by all different groups so that people can understand each other. Mark Twain, who is a very famous American author, used to say that travel is fatal to prejudice. It's very true. It's when you learn about other people that you really understand what they are. One of my favorite programs, we cooperated with the Istanbul Center of Atlanta, which is a center established by Turkish migrants. And every year they had a competition for school children. It started off in Atlanta, then it became the whole state of Georgia, then it became the 5 southeastern states. And they had an essay contest for both high school and middle school students and an art contest. And the winners got to travel to Turkey for 10 days in the summer. So this was a great way of exposing children to a country like Turkey that they probably would never have imagined being in. They probably knew very little, if anything, about Turkey. But when they came back, they had a completely different view of the Turkish country, the Turkish people, and Muslims, because most of these people were, of course, Christian. So I think these kinds of activities are really very useful in breaking down the barriers between people. The other quote, I would say that there's an American song called "Accentuate the Positive," and that's also very important. We can focus a lot on all the clashes, but really we have to focus on what is positive in order to bring up those people who are doing those positive things and provide examples to other people, particularly young people, of those kinds of activities.
Yeah.